It is one of the feature film hits of the summer, a romantic comedy set in Singapore. But it's getting even more attention for its all-Asian cast. Jeffrey Brown has our look at the reaction and how other writers and filmmakers are fighting for greater representation.
These people aren't just rich, okay? They're crazy rich.
Crazy Rich Asians opened #1 at the box office last weekend, based on the best-selling novel by Kevin Kwan. It's the story of a not-so-well-off young woman in love with what turns out to be a very wealthy young man, and a visit to his family. So far, so familiar. But the film is getting much attention for its casting, an all-Asian ensemble with actors from the U.S. and around the globe. It's the first major studio film with an all-Asian cast since the Joy Luck Club in 1993. Recent years have seen television and streaming video opening more to Asian actors and themes. A new Netflix film, To All the Boys I've Loved Before, stars an Asian American actress. It's based on the novel by Jenny Han, who joins me now. First, does it surprise you at all that Crazy Rich Asians is getting this attention, that its casting is still a thing worth noting?
It doesn't surprise me at all. I think that at its heart, it's a story that we all know and love, which is a Cinderella story. And so I think that, to me, it makes sense that people are just hungry to see that kind of romantic comedy on the big screen again, because it's been a while. And
in terms of the casting, though, what did you see or feel when you watched it? Did it feel different and important somehow?
It felt like a banquet to me. It felt like such abundance to see so many Asian American actors on the screen at once. I think, you know, it's been a really long time since I've had that experience. And after a certain point, I think you kind of forget as you're watching it, and you just go so into the story, and it feels just like a natural, you know, love story.
For those who haven't seen it, it's not about average Asians, it's not about average Asian Americans, it's not about average anybody, really, right? It's about very wealthy, beautiful people. So why do you think it strikes such a chord?
I think that people have been waiting for so long to see faces that look like theirs centered on a Hollywood screen. And so I think, you know, we're just all kind of hungry for that experience and happy to have that.
Your own book, your main character is Asian American, but I understand you had to fight pretty hard to make sure that you found that an Asian actress played her.
I did have to fight really hard. There was interest early on, and the interest would die away as soon as I explained to them that the lead was going to have to be Asian American. The argument was they didn't understand why they had to cast an Asian American actress when there's nothing in the story that required her to be Asian American. And for me, it was like, I wasn't going to justify that decision. It was just, she was Asian American. And so that's how she was written, and that's how she should be. That's her identity. And I think that for so long, it's so rare to see a story centered around a person of color, and usually that story is all about the person of color's struggle with being a person of color, and it's all about their pain and the challenges that come with that. And I think that's what we're used to seeing, and we're not used to seeing just ordinary situations like falling in love.
Well, there have been some comparisons to Black Panther and the impact that it's having. Do you think Crazy Rich Asians, Black Panther, films like yours, do you think it's going to make a big difference in diversity in films?
I hope it's something that just continues and goes on. I think that when there's so little and when there's such scarcity, people will kind of rush towards whatever is being offered to them. But I think that there's no story that can represent everybody. And so my hope is that there would just be more opportunities that come out of this.
All right, Jenny Han is the author of To All the Boys I've Loved Before, now a Netflix film. Thank you very much.
Thank you.